All right, number 16 on the list. Number 16 out of 60 is the soundtrack to the feature film, the Paramount picture "Girls, Girls, Girls," um, which returned Elvis to Hawaii, um, but doesn't have really much in the way of Hawaii-themed music. Instead, it's kind of a weird. This is actually more of a hodgepodge than anything else. Um, you can see the influence though of the twist craze that started in the early '60s, um, reaching into Elvis's music as far as the movies are concerned. I Don't Want to Be Tied is clearly a twist song. Uh, Girls, Girls, Girls was kind of a twist song, even though it originates from well before that. Um, but my favorite song, Return to Sender, is the big hit off this one, and that's kind of a twist song as well. But my favorite is coincidentally, well, there's my favorite as far as like artistically. I really like Thanks to the Rolling Sea. It's kind of a sea shanty. Um, I just really like it. But my other favorite is Song of the Shrimp, and I know that's kind of blasphemy because a lot of people don't like that song because it's kind of a silly song. It's freaking adorable though, and horrifying. The first time you actually listen to it, and I played it for my girlfriend the first time she actually listened to the lyrics, and she was like, "Oh my god, that's so terrible." um, if you haven't heard it, you have to hear that song. It's adorable. Um, and it's like a cute horror song. um, as far as the rest of the songs on the album, it's very much in the same vein of the rest of it is a lot of what Elvis would have typically been doing in his secular albums anyway. Nothing is too tied to the plot or the location of the movie. The movie is almost a separate thing when it comes to this album is concerned. I mean, even Girls, Girls, Girls wasn't even written for the movie. It originally came from some other artists who recorded it first back, I want to say in the 50s. But this is it's not a bad album. I actually have 2 copies of this. 3 actually now, including this one. I had a version of this that was basically this original incarnation, basically in a jewel case, as opposed to the original packaging, replicated. And then I have another copy that I picked up just somewhere along the way that's like an import version. It doesn't really have any bonus tracks, but it's got a rearranged track list, and that's kind of interesting. Funnily enough, it doesn't actually feature the finale, the Girls, Girls, Girls finale, which is a little slower and has different lyrics. And that is included later on in the box set as a bonus track on one of the other CDs, but it's sort of disappointing that they didn't just add it here as far as this box set is concerned. It would make more sense to add that to this CD than on the one that it actually appears on later. But as far as Girls, Girls, Girls is concerned as an album, aside from a couple missteps with like Earth Boy and The Walls Have Ears is kind of a weird song. It's not bad when you see it in the movie. It sounds stupider than it actually is. It's actually kind of catchy, and it's got a good dance to it in the movie. But aside from that, you'll enjoy this. We'll Be Together is also a really fun song that's on here. And that's the thing with this whole first few albums. When he got back from the military and was in the movies, he was still very much engaged, and the songwriting is still very high quality. Even on the weaker songs, they still hold up pretty well. So that's Girls, Girls, Girls.